about all the games happened on Tuesday. The first game is the Milwaukee Bucks beating the 76ers 118-116. Great win for the Bucks. The Sixers right now, they won a couple games since the Harden trade, the first couple games, but they've been losing up games left and right. So we'll see. Well, they are definitely not. I think the Bucks are looking really good in the Eastern Conference. The Nets, they're actually the betting favorite to win the East. So Sixers, they're like the third or fourth. I mean, Celtics just lost Robert Williams. Otherwise, I would put them ahead of Sixers right now. Giannis proved probably the best player. Not probably 40 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, and usually the best players on when they play big games, they usually go off. More often than not, 6 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. Really good game. Chris Middleton, in fantasy wise, did everything, to be honest. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Really good stuff. Hit 3 threes as well. And Brook Lopez came in and played 29 minutes. I think we could look at him. They do have a back-to-back on Wednesday, but if you need blocks and threes, we could definitely stream him. They do have a good schedule. So let's see if he now Bobby Portis plays 13 minutes now. This game was against the Sixers, so maybe not the best matchup. Otherwise, he would play more. But he's a drop anyways. He's been really good all season, averaging 8-9 rebounds and 15, 16 points. But now that Lopez is back, playing 29 minutes this game with four fouls. I guess they really need some big body versus Giannis, but Bobby Portis is the drop now. Drew Holiday played 40 minutes, also really good stuff. But on this team, nobody is really. You just got to drop Bobby Portis, but not a lot of talent. Even when we get to the end of the season for the Sixers, Harden and Embiid, they got theirs. Harden finally had a good game offensively, 32 points, 4 threes, and 9 assists, and a block. We'll see what happens next year with Harden. Not a guy that would draft in the top 5, I think. If he's healthy, it's different. But 5-6, yeah, I'll think about Harden, but definitely not top 3. Joel Embiid, great. Him and Harden, I think you gotta look at them. They should be in the same range. To be honest, Harden missed a lot of games this year as well. And on a per game basis, Joel Embiid is just better. Tyrese Maxey, yep, with Harden around, sometimes you're gonna have games like this. Had 6 assists, which is good, but nothing else. Matisse Thybulle, 2 steals and a block. And lately, he and Danny Green have been splitting minutes. So if you don't need the defensive stats, obviously don't have him. But in 20 to 25 minutes a night, he still provides solid enough defensive stats like he did here. Tobias Harris, great. He's been decent the last couple games. The next game, the Bulls beat the Washington Wizards. On this Bulls team, Alex Russo, yes, we got to have him for mainly steals and a little bit assist. But the rest of the guys, Kobe White, can't trust his minutes. Patrick Williams came back, yeah, can't really trust him. Zach LaVine, DeRozan, Vucevic, sure, those guys you're just going to ride with them forever till the end of the season. They all played okay here versus the bad Wizards team. And Ayo Dosunmu, not a must roster in my opinion. They just played their back-to-back this week. So you could 100% drop him and look elsewhere on the waiver wire. And he hasn't been good. For a stretch, he was getting a lot of assists. Not anymore. Kobe White, Tristan Thompson, 17. Okay. Tristan Thompson played okay, and Javonte Green, also a drop. Had 2 steals in 13 minutes. For the Wizards, Kristaps Porzingis, what is this guy? This guy's still playing huge minutes. They have a back-to-back today. Let's see if he plays. I don't know what the Wizards are doing, to be honest. They have nothing to play for. They're still playing Porzingis. If he gets hurt, yeah, he's shut down. We only have 5 games left. So be mentally prepared. But whenever this guy plays, he has been really, really good. 10 rebounds, 14 points, and most importantly, 3 blocks. And Satoransky, we got to look at him. If you need assist, at 10 assists here, still in a block. And, the point guard rotation, he's been getting a lot of minutes. So for sure, the Wizards got a decent schedule. Let's go for him if you need assists and steals. Danny Advia is able to, Kyle Kuzma is still out. Is he coming back? There's no point rushing him back. Right? If he's hurt, he's hurt. There's no point playing. Unless in their contract they have some incentives. Otherwise, they should just not play. Danny Advia coming and play 28. Yeah, as long as Kyle Kuzma is out, he has some streaming value. Daniel Gafford, if you need blocks, you could. He got 0 blocks here, but Porzingis might miss a back-to-back, so he could come in and play 25 to 30 minutes. KCP had 20 points. Also, KCP has been playing well. He's somebody we could potentially look at. And Corey Kispert also getting huge minutes and getting. But again, a lot of these guys, other than Sadorensky, I'm not really interested in all the other guys. Because Sadorensky in category leagues is kind of close. If you need assist, you go grab him, right? All the other guys, and get Gafford, right? If you need blocks. But all the other guys, what are they really playing? You just don't know. Unless you need everything, sure. Like in the beginning of the season, they got a back-to-back. Let's do that. Let's go to the next game. Detroit Pistons lost to the Nets by 7 points. The Nets scored 130 points. That's good. That's good for everybody. Kate Cunningham, what a game. 34 points, 4 turnovers. Yeah, turnovers is an issue. And again, he had 1 rebound. I think he had 0 rebound the last game, had 1 here. 6 assists, 2 steals. Everything just looks really good. A guy that if you pair him with guys like James Harden, sure, like you're going to have a great team. You bounty field goal and turnovers, but everything else should be good. Provide solid numbers. Just like Harden, he gets a lot of steals and blocks. Rebounds, he should also be good Grammys on rebound. So yeah, somebody that I'm happy to take 3rd round next year. If we get to the second end, it's a little bit tricky, I think, because we talk about top 20, top 25 players, they are pretty elite. He's still a bit inconsistent. Corey Joseph played 18 while Killian Hayes had another great game. If you need steals, yep, he got 4 here and a block and assist. He's the guy to go to. Isaiah Stewart, be very solid, I would say, later half of the season. Had 7 offensive rebounds, 11 rebounds in total, 2 blocks, 50 points. Yeah, he's giving you the big man stats and hit 2 threes. The field goal is a concern, but at least he's better than what he was. Like, if you need rebounds 100%, he's a must-roster guy. Marvin Bagley, who's been playing well, didn't do so much versus the Nets. And Sadiq Bey hit 3 threes, 15 points. Sure, like on this Pistons team, Killian Hayes is the only guy that probably is still on the waiver wire. You could grab him for some assist and steals. And we look at Brooklyn Nets. Yep, it's Kyrie and KD show. KD, easy game for 41 points, 11 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, versus the bad Detroit team, KD is going to get his. Really easy. Kyrie struggled a little bit, 24 points. Yeah, for a stretch, for a 2-3 game, he went for 60. He went for 40 points. And now the past couple games, he's cooled down a bit. Still must roster now that he can play home games, giving you that boost. If you made it this far without Kyrie Irving, he's definitely trying to do his hardest to help you win the league. Seth Curry, 11 points. Yeah, I mean, if KD and Kyrie plays every game, he's really just a 3-point streamer. That's it. Andre Drummond played 28 minutes when Nicholas Claxton played 18. Drummond is a guy that we want to stream. Claxton, yeah. I mean, Drummond is playing. Claxton doesn't have that much value. And Bruce Brown, a bad game. We still want to hold on to him. They have 2 more games this week, I believe. Low volume days. Yeah, we got to hold on to Bruce Brown. He's been playing really, really well. Just 1 bad game here. The minutes is low, but I wouldn't worry about too much. Let's look at the next game. This game was ugly. The Lakers, well, the big news is that AD is planning on a Friday return. So he will get you 2 games. Yeah, I think it's worth a pickup if you got an IR. Pick him up, put him in there, and then you can get him out. It's not a waste pick because you're gonna get him Friday and Sunday. If if he does play both games, I mean. But again, AD at the end of the day, he provides you elite blocks, elite rebound, elite steals numbers for a big man, and decent efficiency. If that's what you're looking for, sure. But like if you're looking for guard stats, if this week is coming down to threes, coming down to assists, coming down to free throws, right? And the big man stats are already given, then AD is a top 10 player, yes, but what's the point of picking him up? That's something to think about in category leagues. If your opponent this week, you're very close in blocks, 100% pick him up. If you're very close in rebound, yes. But, AD's been out for so long. I don't know if he's going to come in and put up huge numbers right off the bat, right? Maybe next week. And another thing is, like, if Lakers lose 2-3 games in a row, they do not have an easy schedule. They play the Jazz. That Pelicans game is really what's important. Because Pelicans, they're kind of... I guess they're not really competing with Pelicans anymore because, they're really competing with the Spurs right now. Well, Pelicans, the one games ahead of Pelicans, so they still. Friday's game is really what's is important. Let's see if LeBron can make that game because right now they are one game behind Pelicans. If they lose that game, that will be really bad, right? They play the Jazz tomorrow. They play the Suns on Tuesday. They play the Warriors. They play Thunder, which will be free, and then the last game is Nuggets. So really, other than the Thunder game, they could lose. They will be the underdog every single game. That's not good. So like by after Tuesday's game next Tuesday, like LeBron 80 might just be shut down if they're out of the. If they're once they're mathematically out, yeah, they're not gonna play any guys. Malik Monk, yeah, good guy to pick up 20 points with all the guys out, and he should have a big game tomorrow as well with because they're not gonna have AD or LeBron. Russell Westbrook in the meanwhile should also get a big boost. It was a minus 25 this game in 32 minutes, just horrible. Efficiency wise was great, but not much to talk about. Lakers just a mess without AD and LeBron. I'm surprised they came back. They only lost by 18. And Luka played just 29 minutes. A big triple-double, got his numbers. And only in 30 minutes, 34 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 4 threes. Yeah, really good numbers from him. Jalen Brunson, great. Reggie Bullock hit 5 threes. Yes, if you need threes, 100% go grab Reggie Bullock. Dorian Finney-Smith struggled a little bit, but versus the bad Lakers team, but still in a block, 8 points. Was in a bit of foul trouble, but a fun guy to have. I think he provides many categories. And Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, yep, the two guys provide similar stats. A lot of guard stats, some points, some threes, and some assists. But if you need big man stats, you should let them go. Drop all of them. All right, let's go to the next game. The Utah Jazz lost to the LA Clippers. This game was ugly for the Jazz. They were up. I think they were up. And they came back. Yeah. The Clippers scored 18 points in the fourth quarter. And beat this Jazz team. Yeah, they do have some injuries right now. But Rudy Gobert and Donovan both played. Rudy had a huge game versus the Clippers. Yes, that's... I realized that this season, whoever plays the Clippers gets a lot of defensive stats. Rudy Gobert did that. 2 steals, 3 blocks, 9 points. Really good stuff. 1 for 6 from the free throw line is not ideal. Donovan, good night for him. 33 points, but he didn't make any threes. 0-3, but he got his 33 points. Just a weird night from Donovan, to be honest. Really shot the ball really well, but not from 3, and 9 for 12 on the free throw line. 6 assists and a steal. Yeah, but as long as he's healthy, he's playing. Can't complain too much. But he did fall off a little bit in the second half when after he had that concussion issue. Mike Conley playing great, 19 points, 4 threes, and a steal. Royce O'Neal, tough game here, but we could still stream here if they got a great schedule. And Jordan Clarkson, in the last couple of weeks, he has been really, really good, getting us the points and threes. If you need that, 100% go grab him. You're not going to find another guy better than him on the waiver wire. This is a tough game here. And then for the LA Clippers, wow, they got Paul George back. If your team made it this far with Paul George, obviously if he's on the waiver wire, you should have picked him up. That's why you follow the news. You scoop him up. He's going to provide super good value, top 10 value, whatever game that is left. And they're going to play him, right? And right off the bat, he played 31 minutes. That is interesting. Maybe conditioning wasn't such an issue. It was his hand. So he was practicing. He was getting shots up. Really good stuff. He had 34 points, 4 steals, and a block. So with him back, if you were streaming Terrence Mann, probably if you stream Nicholas Batum, got 22 minutes. And like guys like Marcus Morris Sr., you could also maybe just a drop because the huge usage is going to go to Paul George. He's by far the number 1 option. And what's interesting is Zubac played 17 minutes, Isaiah Hartenstein played 25. If that keeps up, if Isaiah Hartenstein gets 25 minutes a night, he's a must roster. The Clippers still have a great schedule for the rest of the week. They got 3 more games. I don't mind picking him up, And then for Robert Covington, if you need some defensive stats, he's still going to get 20 to 25 minutes. So I don't mind it's kind of like Matisse Thybulle, right? He's not going to get 35 minutes a night, but 20 to 25 minutes, he could give you 1.5 steals and a block. That's totally fine. Like, I would take that. And that's it for all the games, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.